Yeah.
But if you do, if that's that thing that babies instinctively know how to climb, and if you come straight out of the vagina onto a wall, they'll just go all the way up.
Yeah!
Again, I really think that those studies were problematic, but now we know this.
Look, it all started when we came out of this ancient temple, and then I thought I saw a guy who was dead, but he wasn't actually dead. He was my friend Mr. Tasteley, dressed up as a dead man. And then we saw Mr. Gurley, who backstabbed us across the chasm. And then Mr. Tasteley rode his drum and jumped out into the chasm. And then he was falling because Mr. Hedge was already falling. So I jumped too, and then we were all falling. And then, which in hindsight was like a crazy idea, but it worked out. Anyway, then there was like a big lobster snapping at us, and Highstrider was riding Mr. Beverly, and then Mr. Hedge was drowning and he smashed it, and then we came out, and then we fell off a waterfall, and then there were these women washing their clothes on their rock hard abs. But you already know that because they're right over there, and you also already know about the crayfish because it's right over there. Is it all right if I stop pouring oil right now? Because I've just remembered I had kind of a big day. And indeed, you've slacked off on your aioli making duties, and Charlie Dinks is pouring the oil, and Gunter is whisking the aioli, as you head back to your lodgings and take a long rest, if you choose, and tidy up for the great feast of Lumitra in the tiny town in the mountains of Schlachtfeld.
So we can take a little break, is that right?
No, you said a long rest.
A long rest?
If you want to, it's up to you. It depends. This is your option. Basically, you've arrived in this tiny town, and there's going to be a big feast. And you can rest if you want, if you need a rest, or you guys can do whatever you want. That's what Dungeons & Dragons is. You can do whatever you want. Unless I haven't planned for it, in which case I'm going to stop you. No.
What are you guys doing?
I'll have a rest, although I appear to have all my hit points.
Do you have any spells?
Yeah, I've got all my shit.
Let's do that. Let's go back in time. That's what happens when you sleep,
Back
right?
in time. Well, it's kind of the middle of the day. Into the early afternoon. So the feast isn't going to be for several hours. So you can all have a long rest and replenish your spells and whatnot.
Nice. All right, I will also have a long rest.
Yeah, I've done that.
That's nice. And Mr. Beverly, I guess, stands by the door waiting for instruction, as he does.
Yeah, I veered out the hut.
It's important that he doesn't sort of, take breaks or anything like that. I think he's got to. It's important that Mr. Beverly, you've got to impress in your first week at work, basically, and this is a probation for Mr. Beverly as far as Highstrider is concerned, and sort of looks. And he's very happy to see that he's standing there. And then he looks at Charlie, who's asleep. He shakes his head sadly. And then he goes to bed and starts snoring very loudly. Falls asleep immediately.
Is it a honk shoe?
Immediately.
Is Mr. Highstrider a honk shoe or a honk me?
He's like
a sleeper.
He's like a...
Oh, one of those scary ones that sounds like you're dying.
He has sleep apnea.
Yeah.
He's a
He
sleep
starts to
apnea
choke
guy.
until you're really scared for him, and then he stops and then doesn't breathe for about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's like... and if you wake him up, he gets so pissed off.
Do you want to know how me and Simon sleep?
Yeah, tell me how Mr. Tasteley sleeps.
Mr. Tasteley sleeps like it's like this. It's like kind of like that.
What's great is now that Dave's neighbours are going to think that that's how they sex.
Just rolling night terrors. Okay, what about Mr. Hedge? How does Mr. Hedge sleep?
He lies on his side and he's like his legs are moving. He's going.
He's snuffling around.
And he's allowed to sleep on the foot of the bed, but only tonight and only as a treat.
And you are awoken.
Oh,
by
you're
the
going to be
sound-
pissed off.
Who wakes us up?
The sounds of the Alp horns
You don't know what an owl horn sounds like.
Well, that's more of like a foghorn, wasn't it?
No.
No, that's too bugly. But do you know that the elk horn has the same range of notes as the bugle? There you go, that's good.
Well, this fucking sucks. So I grab what I assume is a small crank that I can insert into the back of my backpack, and I start winding it up, and the little percolator inside starts
Oh
bubbling.
my god,
Start
your
making-
fucking coffee
making a little
magic.
crucible of coffee.
Just a tiny crucible.
It
Only
only
coffee
makes
for
one
one.
cup. It only makes one cup, so don't fucking ask.
So you're in kind of a cabin, and a wooden log cabin, and the light that was shining so brightly in, you can see through its small glass panes that the sun is westering and setting. It's a beautiful sunset. There's like big fluffer clouds.
Did we sleep through the
there's
whole day?
pinks.
That's the afternoon.
We
Just
slept.
the afternoon.
We did. Oh,
In the
okay.
afternoon.
We spent the morning in a waterfall, so I think we deserve a little kip.
We were knackered.
And as you step outside, the various gnomes of Schlachtfels
Episode
are
title.
all they're gathering and heading towards the Great Hall at the center of the town. The tablecloths that were hung between the trees are gone. Who knows where?
This just better. This kind of said this better not be like a big reference to like Midsommar or something, because I haven't seen it and I'm not gonna get it.
I also haven't seen it.
Okay,
I
cool.
also
You
haven't
guys gotta see it's really good.
I love
Really?
that Florence Pugh. She's very a talented actor.
Is Midsummer one of the ones where they eat the people?
No, they don't eat them. They're
No
just
spoilers. No spoilers, Demi. Jesus,
Okay, just
I'm
they
gonna
don't.
see-
Just they don't eat them. Can I tell you? Can I tell you one thing that is one of the funniest reviews I've ever heard of any movie, and it's only a spoiler for the first 30 seconds of the movie.
Okay, go do it.
Okay, so I was looking at Letterboxd and I was reading Alexei Toliopoulos' review because he's like really smart and stuff. And I remember part of his review that sounded so it was like an amazing 1-2 punch was Alexei saying, "The sunshine makes you believe that you are the crazy one." And I was like, wow, that's a really cool way of summing up why that movie makes you feel so weird. And then the review
that
right
sweet
underneath
boy.
it was a woman that I don't know saying, "Imagine being left out of your entire family's suicide pact, lol." It's the best review I've ever seen.
That's the plot of
Fucking
a
hell.
Chuck Palahniuk book as well. That's the plot of Survivor.
Really?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
doesn't actually have almost anything to do with the rest of the movie, the suicide pact. It's just right
Yeah,
at the
right.
start. And I was thinking, that is kind of fucked up that they just left her behind.
It's a real. It's got that freaky deaky freaky feel about it. You're gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be fucked.
Yeah.
This is everyone's so pretty and nice. It's gotta be fucked.
Maybe I'll watch it on a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a plane movie. Could be a good plane movie, but maybe too horrifying for a plane. But
there
also,
actually, no, don't
not
watch it on
set
a plane for reasons
So
I won't go
everybody's
into.
walking
Yeah.
towards the feast.
okay, we're walking towards the feast, thinking about death cults and whatnot for no reason in particular.
This looks a little bit fucked. I don't trust any of them.
I don't think I trust them either. They're all blonde.
Is Rolf around? Can we see
Everybody
Rolf?
seems really nice. I was talking
Oh.
to Rolf for ages, and he was very inquisitive about the outside world.
You've been talking to them,
Says Charlie
Charlie.
thinks.
You've been talking
Say
to
what?
them.
What have you told them about us?
You've been just telling
I
them.
just-
You've been just telling them about us, have you?
Yeah, well, they were asking. just
OPSEC,
about...
Charlie. OPSEC. Operational
What's OPSEC?
security. It's
Oh, okay.
need to know. They don't need to know, so they don't fucking know. Do you understand?
But
Did
what
you
do
use
I
the
say when
alibis?
someone asks? What do I say when someone asks me like a simple or polite question, like "How are you?"
All right, well, I'll just show you how he would do this. We'll do a case study, okay, Jonathan? All right, Jonathan,
Okay.
you're interviewing Jonathan. Jonathan is going to demonstrate OPSEC. You try and get information out of him. See what will happen. Sorry, I was asleep earlier. I've forgotten
Okay,
all notions of gender.
Who? If so, who am I in this
Oh, for
scenario?
fuck's sake.
Am I
Charlie,
John
in this
Christ?
scenario, you're me.
Yes, all right, you're
Okay.
It'd be
Amy.
me.
Who are you?
Charlie, obviously he's me. What are you talking about? He's me.
Okay,
He's
Mr.
watching you.
Hedge
He's
is
giving you
Mr.
instruction.
Highstrider.
That makes him me. And
Wait, I'm you?
You're me, and I'm obviously.
Oh, right.
And I'm Mr. Hedge.
And I'm Charlie. So let's just try and keep up.
Okay, you're me. Mr. Highstrider, you are playing me in this scenario.
I am, yes.
OPSEC. Who am I?
Operations for sex.
Yes.
OPSEC. Anyway,
Take
okay.
out my clipboard.
Charlie,
Oh,
go
no.
in there and get some information. Oh no, wait. Don't worry, start again. I got it.
Sleep.
It's me, Highstrider. I'm so cranky. I have my tiny coffee. I'm also very dehydrated. You can tell by the state of my skin.
Never drink water.
I think it's poison.
I'm Mr. Hedge.
No, that's OPSEC. You failed OPSEC. Giving away information that they didn't need to know. Why did you tell them you're Mr. Hedge?
Okay, let me try again. Give me another go.
Can you try the voice?
Can I try the voice?
Oh.
Ugh.
I don't hate it.
Can
It's
I
a
try
good
the
first start.
voice? I'm
Say-
Mr. Hedge.
Say,
Donkey.
I've got a boon. I've got a boon.
I've got
I got a bean. I got a bean.
That's it.
Boon. Oh, we should probably go to this feast day.
All right, but just remember, don't tell them anything.
All right, on top
Okay.
of that, everybody, and now being me again,
Okay,
we're-
I'll be me then.
okay, we're looking to gather the amulets for Lumitra. This is Lumitra's Doodah Shindig. I'm trying to think of another name for a party.
Hullabaloo.
Hullabaloo would have been perfect.
Folly. Revel.
Let's not push it. But
Celebration.
Distraction.
Disco.
just look for the
Disco.
necklace.
Salad days.
Orgasm party.
It's got a picture of a bear on it, and we need it to awaken the gods.
And they had said something, Charlie, when you talked to Rolf, when you betrayed OPSEC, did he mention anything about this trial of the champion of the seeds, or there was a champion joust of majesty, powerful fuck?
I'm sorry, I
men?
can't tell you that. OPSEC.
What?
OPSEC.
good.
Can't tell you.
Very good.
I'll fucking kill you.
Charlie, I'm proud of you. You're doing a good
Please
job.
don't. Please don't kill me.
He's a natural.
All right, let's just go to the fucking dinner. I don't even care
Okay.
anymore.
So as you walk into the hall, its doors are flung open to the summer evening, and you see that the tablecloths have been placed on the table. Dun dun dun. If you are wondering where they were, they've been used as tablecloths for their aforementioned purpose, and the you can see that there are long benches set either side of this long table. There is a chair, like a throne, a wooden throne, a big chair, like a big mummy chair, sat on a small dais at the
big
end
mummy?
of
A big
the
mummy
row
chair.
of tables.
It's
a
the
daddy
mummy
chair,
chair.
or a mummy chair.
Could be a daddy chair as well.
And it's laid about with sheafs of grain have kind of been all tied to it, making it look like it's got a kind of halo around it.
That's nice.
And yeah, it's nice. They've really put a lot of effort into making things nice. And you're greeted by Rolf and Ulrich, who are like, "All our honored guests have arrived. Please here, take a seat, take a seat." And they seat you with a gnome in between each of you, with a gnome, a man and lady either side of you.
Safety gnome.
Gay barrier.
Yeah.
How can you have a man and lady on either side of you?
One man, one lady.
But then
And then
lady,
there's
man,
and then there's a
lady.
man on the other
No,
side.
yeah, okay, that
You
makes-
can make, you can do it.
Yeah. So that's how. So they've separated you out just so that you can talk to different people during the thing, and when you're seated, the big lady. Big lady is just a fun thing to say.
Is she in front of the mummy chair?
Yes.
How
And
big?
her
How
name
big?
is,
How big of lady?
Yeah,
How
how big-
big of
how
lady?
Is she,
this
is
lady?
she gnome?
She is gnome lady, but she's big for gnome, so she's like 4'6", huge. Yeah, very large gnome.
That's how tall my mum is.
Really?
Really? In real life?
4'6".
I think so.
I'm 5'1".
No, then that's wrong.
Okay, yeah.
Your wizened mother.
Your sultana of a mother.
Go home and she's dancing on the head of the pin, drinking a thimble full of acorn
And
juice.
sleeping in a gum nut.
You laugh at that last one, it's true.
Gitty, her name is the big gnome lady was Gitty. Gitty is her name. She introduced herself. I think maybe you didn't talk to her very much
No, we
before
didn't.
because you sailed right past. And she's got some like a sheaf of like a grain headdress going on with some
That's
flowers in it and
Bit
whatnot.
much. We get the thing.
It's over the top, and she's got a white dress, and her
Why are
braids
you
are
so
like tied
bitchy
up.
about all of this?
I just
It's their customs.
I just
Be
think
cool.
They woke him up. He's cross.
I'm not cross. You're cross. I'm not cross. You're cross.
I'm not fucking cross.
You're cross.
I'm not.
You're being weird. You're cross and you're being weird. And everybody thinks...
There may as well be treasure under you. You're so cross.
Are you just saying this bit with gnomes between you?
Yes, we're still yelling across a gnome.
The nice thing is we can talk to it. Oh,
Well, no, I'm a gnome, but I'm sitting on Drummond,
Okay.
so I'm a little bit higher up.
Drummond bass. So she comes up to the front of the to the head of the table and steps up onto the dais, and she hits a cowbell.
Nice.
No, but just a big dong, and she says,
Ah, speaking of
Okay.
which,
"Let the feast begin." And all of the some washerwomen and men either side of these bring out like all of manner of delicacies and lay them upon the table. There's many sausages, just a heaping pile of sausages.
Oh,
There's the
man.
goat and the pig with a little apple in its mouth that they were roasting on the
cute?
spit. And of course, the huge crayfish, lobster, and aioli.
Ooh,
that
I'm
you
gonna
brought.
roll to see whether I'm allergic to shellfish, like in real life.
Okay, let's roll. It's a Constitution
Oh,
13.
What'd you get?
13.
check. I think you only have a low-level allergy. It's not going
Okay,
to send you
so-
an
that's
anaphylaxis
like
or
in
anything.
Your
That's
neck's
like in real
getting
life.
very red.
It is, and it's hot.
And you're only eating the fish.
Yes.
And every time you take another bite...
This is happening when you have the fish, yes?
I'm,
Spicy, very hot
they're all,
mouth.
Actually, well, there are all manner of delicacies. That's why I'm only eating these roll-ups.
did you bring those from home?
No,
Made me
there's-
laugh like an angry monkey.
There was
Do you hear that?
It's a plate of roll-ups, but I only feel like roll-ups, so I took the whole plate.
You took all the
and
roll-ups.
I'm eating the roll-ups.
Do they have are they the ones with the
They
rugrats
have
printed
one
on them? Mm-hmm.
green apple roll-up that has the rugrat pattern.
Yes.
And I was actually going to save that because my sister is a collector. But if you want it, then I suppose you have a follow-up question.
Yes, I do. A collector, your sister.
Yes, she's a collector
Of which?
of well, most types of, if I'm honest, rugrats paraphernalia.
Rugrats, so not fruit leather.
Oh. No, she's also a collector of fruit leather, so this would be
This
really,
is actually
this would be
perfect.
a win for her.
This would be huge
But
for
if
her.
you want it,
I do.
yes, all right. Well, you know what?
You're gonna give it to me?
Dominique is a long way away. Here you go.
Oh, wonderful.
So
And I'm gonna use it
Hilda
as a
taps
dowry
you
for
on
your
the shoulder.
sister.
Demi,
Yeah.
Hilda, one of the washerwomen, taps you on the shoulder
Yeah, okay.
and says, "So, what brings you to Schlachtfels?"
Well, we fell down, and there was a large fish.
Okay.
And I was.
And of course, it's beautiful, and we would have come here by art. It sounds like we didn't want to be here. But
I fell down twice, and we floated. I was in the water with clothes and socks. When they get wet, they get very soggy. I was walking on the sand, uncomfortable in my feet. And if you guys sometimes can get an eczema rash if you leave it on for too long, airing it out. And sand can scrubbing skin with it makes exfoliation much easier if you have to do the rash on your wet foot skin.
you see, OPSEC.
Oh. Oh, cool.
This is actually in real life what happened to Demi on the weekend when I saw her and she stepped in a big puddle with her
Oh, fuck, it is!
Oh,
Crocs
dear.
and socks, baby.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
not
happens.
good. Wasn't good. Stepped in a huge puddle.
Sorry to interrupt.
And Mr. Hedge Ulrich is talking to you, and he says, so, what do you do for work?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm kind of on a bit of a personal journey.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
sort
get
of a spiritual quest. So I'm kind of seeing where it takes me.
Oh man, that would be literally you're talking about my dream because I'm just here pushing the plow every day, man. To just have the ability to just shirk all your duties to home and hearth and abandon your family, I would kill for it. I would kill.
I mean, you say that, but the path has brought me here. So maybe
Wow.
you're already where you're meant to be.
But that I don't follow your logic. You're talking about your path, which involves you moving, and I am still here. But I love it.
But,
I love my wife, Gertrude.
And Gertrude, who he gestures to, is looking at you, Mr. Highstrider, and she says,
Tell me of your greatest shame.
That's a good question. That's good. I like that. I'm
It
not
was
one for
more of a
small talk.
statement, a demand, if you will.
Mine-
Speak, little man.
My biggest shame, I suppose, is
And I dack him. I don't know. I don't dack him. I don't. Never
he's
mind.
sitting down. You can try, but he's sitting down.
Alright, I do try.
It's a challenging dack.
if I'm honest, I'm not thrilled about the fact that I've joined the adventuring society so late. I'm a bit embarrassed about it. I suppose that's my biggest shame. Is I feel sometimes like this is a young man's game, and I'm a bit old for it. That
You look hale and hearty.
what do you mean
You
by
look-
what the
you-
fuck? What do you mean by that? Hale and
You
hardy.
You don't look old. No, that's not what I mean.
You
You,
think I
do
look
look
old?
old. What do I want to say? You look weak. No.
If this changes anything about what she's going to say, I have rolled a 20 for the dacking.
Oh, I can see your penis. Oh, please put it away.
Oh,
It's funny that you said the other thing was your shame because this looks like it would be high on the list.
This looks like a stepped on frog.
There's a lot of female gnomes around me suddenly.
Oh, look at the dong frog. Hey, everybody come, look at the dong frog.
You know, I'm not even embarrassed. It's natural. It's natural, and my belt was wet.
It is a sickly green.
Yes, it is.
Yitty looks
And I've
over
been told by
and
my
says,
doctor it will come back to normal shade and time, and I'm to stop worrying about it and fussing it.
Stop
Stop fussing it.
Stop fiddling
Stop
with it.
fussing it.
fussing
I'm
it.
to stop fussing
Like a
it, so I'm not
cat.
fussing it anymore.
Oh.
Don't worry it, he says. Don't worry it.
Says, don't worry and stop ringing it.
Yeah.
Like a wet towel.
So yes, it's green for now, but it's going to go back to its normal shade of brownish purple. So let's put the pants back on. And yes,
And Yeti the big gnome looks across at you and kind of raises an eyebrow and says,
Please, not at the dinner table. You can do what you want if you're lucky enough to be the king of the bean.
the king of the bean. That's what Rolf was talking about. How do we become the king of the bean, Gitty?
All in good time. All in good time.
and Gertrude is talking to you again, Mr. Tastely.
And says,
And so if you get, I have special creams that they can be put on, but if you don't get it there quick enough and air everything out, it can worry away at the skin. And so if it sloughs
Would you
off, then
stop
you don't...
talking to people we just met about my penis? All things
Mr.
being
Tastely.
equal, could you please do that?
I've been told to hush.
Well, come on, you tell me a little bit about You. How do you come to be out in the world with these other men just wandering around?
My penis shape is fairly tubular, and I don't mean that as sort of a surfing man. It's just a normal type of shape.
It's long and very circular, and there's a hole in either end.
There's a hole in either
You could
end.
dive. You put your hand through it like a magic trick.
And I do.
Are you saying
And
hole
if
at
you-
either end is in the butthole?
It's tubular. It's tubular. It's like a tube. It's like a half pipe, two of them.
Yes.
A pipe. It's a pipe.
And if you put your finger in one end, and I put my finger in the other, and we both pull, trapped.
It's a finger trap.
Traps, eh?
Little finger trap.
It's a little finger trap.
How do you get your
I
finger
must
in the
say.
back end? Through the bum?
That's what I just
I'll
said.
show you. Yeah.
I tell you strangers are very unordinary. Oh, very unordinary.
I have several sets of.
indeed.
My teeth keep coming back when I lose them.
Like a shark.
Like a shark.
Like a shark?
Like a shark. Lots of sets of baby teeth.
And
And
I
I tell
collect-
you,
I collect them.
that fairy has had enough. That's why I give them to him.
Sometimes when Jonathan's sleeping, I sneak a couple extra. He doesn't
Oh
know.
boy.
I
Well,
don't know.
It's always nice to have a guest in town. We enjoy
I have an
it.
earwax problem.
All right. And do you think you could maybe spin that into a profession of some kind?
Candles?
Oh, we always need candles in town.
That's true.
You can use them to light while you read your scriptures. Oh, how I love to read my scriptures by candlelight.
What is the king of the bean?
Oh, it's I could never be king of the bean. I could never be. It's not
Why?
for me.
Why
to do.
not for you?
Because it's king of the bean, not queen of the bean. There's no queen bean.
No.
It's the king. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Boy, I would love to be with the king of the bean. If a king of the bean were to choose me, oh boy.
You'd love
wow.
to be with? What do you mean
Yes.
be with?
Well, when the king of the bean can do whatever he wants.
Okay.
We all just go like this, and our entire dining table just floats down the hall away.
And the meal is coming to a close. You've been feasting, I assume, and drinking, whatnot? Talking to people? Is there anything else you want to ask them?
I can't seem to stop fucking talking, so.
Yeah, you just...
Tastefully's got a real
Yimma-jabber.
toddler energy today.
I haven't been drinking, just FYI.
I've been
No,
pretending
you don't.
to
You
drink.
don't want any wine.
No, I
They're
think
trying
I'm
to offer you
keep-
wine.
keeping my wits about me.
They keep filling your cup up. It's
I've-
overflowing.
I pour it down my shirt.
I'm drinking quite a lot, but I'm also only eating. If some of the food's poisoned, I'm only eating the roll-ups.
There's no roll-ups. There's only the ones that you've bought yourself
Then I'm only eating them. I bought them from home.
from my ration pack. Well, they ask you. They say, "Is there something wrong with the food?" They're all eating from the
I'm
food.
sorry,
Everyone's eating.
I'm on a diet. It's a doctor thing. I have to eat.
Because of his penis.
these Rugrats themed roll-ups. My doctor insists.
And I am a lightweight, so I can't have any more wine. I'm sober.
Well,
And they've been enjoying the
Well.
food that's delicious.
You know, I had some of that crab, and it was good.
you can make perception checks, please. See what you perceive. Perceive what you perceive.
I got a 17.
Hold on. Oof, God damn it.
After a mere application of my skills is a 18.
I got
So
an
you
11.
notice, being astutely astute, Mr. Highstrider, that that the women are getting up from the table and that they're clearing the table basically. They're taking clearing all of the foodstuffs away and
You
all
never
the
get
plates
us
and
into a
whatnot.
gnome orgy. I will never forgive you.
I will never forgive you if you don't.
So what do we do now? We fuck? We fuck?
He's saying that.
And many of the lights are being distinguished.
Extinguished.
Distinguished.
Distinguished. They bring a monocle on each candle.
Around the table.
Our
And
guest. Be our guest.
And a French clock begins to sing.
Ah.
No, wait, it's a candelabra. And before long, the cowbell dongs again, and the women march in. You hear the women coming in from the open door at the far end that you entered through, and they are carrying a huge cake.
Okay.
Is there a woman in it?
No, you don't know yet. She hasn't jumped out.
Okay.
Is it big enough? Is it big enough as a cake
That's what I was
that there
thinking.
could be a cavity inside with a gnomish woman inside?
You don't. No, you don't think so. It's not that big.
Okay.
It would be. You could, but she'd have to be curled up very small.
Just to roll out.
It would be extremely uncomfortable. And the cake is brought in and placed placed in the middle of the table. And Gitty says, "All men rise."
Okay.
Are all the other male gnomes around?
All of the male gnomes stand up,
All right, I stand up.
and they look. And you stand up too. You're a male gnome.
I stand up.
Is this just a gnome thing, or is it for
All
anybody?
men rise.
Technically, a gnome is a gnome, not a man.
A male or man?
Mailman. All mailmen.
Mailman. It's the only
Mailman.
occupation.
Highstrider shrugs and he stands up.
I'm not
Okay.
a man.
And that's all boys, all cool dudes,
Oh, boys.
Oh, bugbears.
all guys who hang with Mr. Cooper. All the jets and the sharks. Jets and sharks. And Gitty takes out a big knife.
Sit down again.
No. And points to you. She goes around the room pointing dun, 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 and begins to slice the cake into the same amount of slices as there are men in the
That's
room.
gonna hurt the gnome in it.
And the women bring out plates and they carry the slices of cake and hand them around to all.
Yeah.
They hang them around decoratively, and they hand them to all of you. And she says, "Eat."
Like that imperiously?
Yes, very
Right.
imperiously.
I'm gonna
As
see
the
how good of
tallest
an-
gnomish woman.
I'm gonna see how good of an eat that I do on my cake. Oh, that's a 5.
Must we roll to eat?
I did.
No, you guys can do it, but
I want to investigate it. I want to give it a bit of a smell and look. I'm a bit
You can
suspicious.
run an investigation check.
Yeah.
I'm just going for it because I trust these.
I rolled a
gnomes.
2.
You think there's nothing wrong with it.
Well, that's a little bit telling, I suppose.
This is all right. Great. This is fruit leather. This is actually fruit leather. Take a big bite.
All right, I'm biting
Okay.
it too. I'm taking my cues from
Yeah, hedges in.
And this is delicious chocolate cake. And
Yes!
You're gobbling it down, and all of the men in the room, it's kind of
Never had chocolate before. Can bugbears have chocolate?
Oh, I don't know.
Mr. Hedge
I'm like
dies.
fishing
because
in his
bugbears
cheek
can't
to try and get it out.
And what's this, grapes on top? Delicious.
Oh, and dog poison.
You enjoy the cake heartily, and Demi, you are eating and you bite down on something hard.
Oh, no.
It hurts. It hurts your latest row of teeth.
Damn.
Your
well,
freshest row.
That's fine. They come out wider anyway. Okay, what? I spit it into my hand.
And it is a shiny white
too?
Bean.
Oh.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Can you hold it up and everyone chants, King of the Bean, King of the Bean, King of the Bean. What will happen to the King of the Bean? Find out very shortly on the adventures of Tasty, Highstrider, and Hedge.